Let's trade fair and square. With a rapidly growing population, a burgeoning consumer market, and vast agricultural potential, Africa stands at a pivotal juncture. Intra-African agricultural trade tripled between 2003 and 2023, indicating significant growth in the value of food and agricultural products traded between African nations. This growth pattern displays remarkable resilience despite temporary setbacks during global economic disruptions such as the 2008 to 2009 financial crisis and the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. However, challenges persist. Here's what the data reveals. Food security is facing headwinds in Africa, driven by the compounding effects of climate change, the rippling effects of the Russia-Ukraine war, and the after-effects of COVID-19. Even though the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, and regional economic communities have emerged as critical platforms for addressing trade food security tensions, policy divergences have limited implementation. The gap between regional integration aspirations and national food security imperatives has propelled an unprecedented wave of agricultural export restrictions across the continent, altering intra-African trade patterns and challenging the foundations of regional economic cooperation. In a global context marked by rapid fluctuations in trade policy, shifting geopolitical dynamics, and the resurgence of protectionist policies in key agri-food supplying countries, what policies are needed to strengthen food security? Published by Academia 2063 and the International Food Policy Research Institute, this 8th edition of the AATM examines the direct food security implications of major trends and patterns in African agricultural trade over recent years. Discover the hot topics. Trends in African agricultural trade from a food security perspective, dynamics and patterns of intra-African agricultural trade and their direct implications for domestic food security. The rice value chain, a key commodity contributing to food security across the continent. The complex links between fertilizer trade and food security in Africa, and the interplay between regionalism, Africa-wide integration, and multilateralism in Africa's trade architecture. What have we learned? Restrictive trade policies can hinder agricultural trade performance. Non-tariff measures pose a major obstacle to improving Africa's participation in global trade, particularly regarding conformity assessment and sanitary and phytosanitary standards. Diversification of suppliers. As the host of some of the world's major food importers, Africa's capacity for resilience to international price shocks depends on countries' ability to shift from one importing partner to another. Leveraging regional trade networks. When international supply chains faltered amid global market volatility, regional trade networks provided essential continuity for food availability with relatively quick recovery following temporary disruptions. This strategic advantage could serve as a buffer mechanism against external shocks if adequately developed. Boosting resilience and productivity in the rice sector. Given the rising demand and the production challenges likely to be exacerbated by climate change, Africa is expected to become the largest rice importing region by 2035. Policy support should aim to boost resilience and productivity in the sector. Interventions can focus on increasing water use efficiency through intelligent irrigation systems powered by real-time data and artificial intelligence, as well as the development of drought-resistant varieties. Stabilizing fertilizer markets should be a priority. Africa is a net exporter of fertilizers to countries outside the continent. This suggests that it is more profitable for companies to export fertilizer from the continent than to sell it within Africa, where markets are underdeveloped. Strengthening domestic fertilizer production capacity, promoting nutrient-balanced fertilizer use, improving intra-African trade logistics, and investing in rural infrastructure can enhance both the availability and affordability of fertilizers. Coordinating policies at the regional and continental level. Connecting productivity gains to market development by combining infrastructure investment with regulatory reforms that reduce trade barriers and promote agro-processing will be necessary to boost regional trade. With these policies in place, countries can realize the full potential of the Kampala-Kadip Declaration and the AFCFTA, thereby enhancing food security by increasing availability and stabilizing domestic food markets. Explore the research to learn more about food security and its relationship with global and intra-African trade. Have an excellent read.